Well, hey guys, and welcome to a new episode. It's been a very long time since we've done our last one. A very long time. We kicked off season 2 in December. Can't believe I should have just ended. Should have done 12 episodes and just waited, really. But never mind. Obviously, as you guys know, it's now called the DME podcast. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. It's a little play on words from a magazine that is well known here in the UK called the NME, which is called the New Music Express. I probably already said this in the previous episode because I think I had changed it roughly around the time when I did the last episode. And the DMAs, a Australian indie rock band, who are awesome, by the way. I'd love to go see their solo stuff. More about them actually in another concert review from when I went to see the Cortinas in Manchester last November, as they were the support and they were awesome. So if you want to listen to that, I think that is probably one of my best episodes so far when it comes to this whole shebang, because there's a lot of information I talk about in that one. I talk about, there was two father and son. Had a nice conversation with them talking about all sorts of stuff, and they're really nice guys. So that one is on episode 10 of season 1 of the Up to 11 podcast, which is now called the DME podcast. And I thought, you know what, I will change it to have just one name, just in case I decide to do any other kind of podcast series, That's not just music. I fancy doing film reviews soon because I've got OD Limitless, and I would say I may go two films a month, maybe. It pays for itself when you go just once a month, but yeah, I love the Limitless. It's great, and that's how they get you in the door. Anyway, this episode, I was going to say, is presented to you by... No, there's no sponsor. There's no sponsors just yet. Got a long way to go before that happens. Anyway, I went to see a band a few weeks ago now, on the 27th of February, actually, to be exact, nearly 2 weeks ago. Not the Thursday just gone, the Thursday before. I went to go see a band who have been, I would say, at the forefront of British rock music. I would probably put them in that category, maybe pop punk category. And they've been going strong for 20 years now, but they've decided to call it quits. Band called Yumi at 6. Now, it was their Leicester gig at the O2 Academy on the grounds of the De Montfort University in Leicester. Nice little place, the whole, like the campus, that whole area is really lovely. And if you ever fancied Midlands concert, I would recommend this O2 Academy. If you're looking for smaller venues to go see, up and coming artists or bands or whatever. So yeah, for the first time ever, I caught a set list off one of the guys tearing down the stage, and the set list was awesome. And they played, I think, a song off every album. Let me have a look. I'm having a look at it right now. I'm holding it. I think, yeah, there's literally one from every album. So Sinners, Kind of a Youth, Hold Me Down, yeah, there's a few from that one. Night People, there's a few from that one. Truth to Care, there's a few from that. Yeah, they have, 8 studio albums in 20 years? Not bad, I'd say. Yeah, that's Take Off Your Colours, Hold Me Down, Sinners Never Sleep, Caliber Youth. Yeah, 8. Yeah, they did songs from every album, which is great, which is nice of them to do, because not many bands or artists do every song from every album. But obviously, with this being the final Nights of 6 tour, they decided, you know what, let's do roughly 2 to 3 songs per album. And it might be a little different to the set list in your area, the gig you went to. So we had Room to Breathe, Loverboy. I like how they put it on the thing as Lover Bay on the set list. Stay With Me, Save It for the Bedroom, Deep Cuts, Give with band introductions interlude, Night People, Fresh Start Fever, Straight to My Head, Lived a Lie, Crash, Sucker Punch, Jealous Minds Think Alike, it's just shortened to fit on the thing. No Future, Mixed Emotions, No One Does It Better, Liquid Confidence, Acoustic, and Take on the World. and then they finished the main set with Beautiful Way, and then they came on for an encore with Bite My Tongue, Reckless, and Underdog. Now, you're probably wondering, why did I go to Leicester? You actually, no, you're not wondering why I went to Leicester to go see him, because I've got tickets to see him another 2 times. I'm seeing him at the end of the month in Birmingham. I think the last show before they head down to London. I think it is the last. Well, it's saying on the website it's sold out, so I think it is sold out. But let me have a look at my Ticketmaster. So, yeah, Monday the 1st of March, the O2 Academy in Birmingham. I've never been to these 2 academies before, and this is my first time. Well, this Leicester show that I went to was the first time going to like a smaller venue. Actually, the Huna was the smaller one I went to, but the first of like these, they're all dotted around the country. There's a load of them. There's 2 in Birmingham. There's, I want to say 3 in Manchester. There's 2 in Glasgow, one in Edinburgh, 1 in Newcastle, Sheffield, 1 in Leeds, obviously 1 in Leicester, Bristol, and there's a handful in London. There's a load of them in London. You've got the 2 Academy Brixton, which they're playing a show actually on the 2nd of April. The show might be a warm-up show actually for their final 2 Wembley shows. There's 1 in Kentish. There's the Forum in Kentish Town. I think that's one of them. My mind's gone blank, I think that's all of them. But there's some of them have like different names to them. There's the 3 in Manchester where I'm gonna a little fart. Nice. I just farted. Oh yeah, yeah. So in Manchester you've got Victoria Warehouse, you've got the O2 Ritz, and you've just got the regular. Is it not? Oh, it must be a new one. Oh no, the O2 Apollo in Manchester, but that's a partner venue, so it might be a different. And I'm pretty sure there's a University of Manchester. I think it's the University of Manchester. I could be wrong. It might be the Metropolitan one. On your way into the main city, where the Heineken factory is, if you know where that is. I think there's like a O2 Academy there, but it might be something different now. It might not be part of the Academy Music Group or a managed venue or a partner venue. So yeah, I said the ones the only one I forgot to mention was the Bournemouth one, the Oxford one, and then also the one in Liverpool and Southampton. There's a lot of them. So if you're in either Birmingham, Bournemouth, Bristol, London, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Leeds, Leicester, Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle, Sheffield, Oxford, Southampton, there'll be one for you. There's a handful of ones that are like really famous venues, like the Shepherd's Bush in Shepherd's Bush, London, Shepherd's Bush Empire, and then the Liverpool Guild of Students is apparently a really good one to go. But the ones down in London are the Kentish Town one, Shepherd's Bush Empire, O2 Islington. The Hammersmith isn't an O2 Academy one, is it? It's just a random theatre. I thought that was one. Oh, and the Brixton one. Sorry, Brixton. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4. There you go. Little bit of. But yeah, those venues are like for the small gigs, and they're really good. So yeah, I'm going to the O2 Academy one, Birmingham one, because there was 2 in Birmingham. There's the Institute, which is just down the road, and is half the size, I think, capacity wise. So even though there's a load of them, they'll all have different capacity sizes. Like the Manchester ones, the O2 Apollo Manchester is pretty big. That holds roughly, I want to say like 7,000 people. I could be completely wrong, but it's a high capacity. The Victoria Warehouse one, I would say, is the second biggest, I believe. And then the Ritz is like the smaller one. I could be completely wrong. I know in Glasgow there's a few in Glasgow, but it doesn't actually. It's not listed because you've got the ABC Academy in Glasgow, and then you've got the regular one. They might have closed that one down, but I don't know. Going off topic, but yeah, just a little something. If you're in the, if you're on, I don't know if you get priority. If you're on O2 when it comes to the academies, but they always have some good artists and bands on. So obviously they've got obviously Yumi at Six playing 2 nights. Kid Kapachi's support for the one I'm going to, and then Mouth Culture, the guys who were support for them in the Leicester show. You can still buy tickets for that one. Now, as I said, the reason why I went to the Leicester one is because when the tickets went on sale, I purchased the Birmingham one and then obviously the Wembley date, the last ever show at Wembley Arena, which is going to be amazing and off the hook. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. But then they announced that they were doing like these meet and greets type of things called wakes. Obviously, ties into the whole like, oh yeah, we're dead and buried. But and unfortunately, I was like, oh, I'll get tickets for the Birmingham one because I'm literally, I'm going to the show, so I'd get in early. But unfortunately, the tickets sold out for that one. So I was like, okay then, never mind. So I was like, I'd like to go talk to them and see why to be honest, just meet them because they are literally just like you and me. They feel normal, and you can tell by them they are just awkward as hell when it comes to meeting people. They are literally the same. It's great. It was great. So I was like, well, I can't go Nottingham, Rock City because I'm going to a gig on that one. Actually, no. I think the Rock City date had sold out, so I couldn't go to that one. Manchester ones were obviously on a weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the Manchester one was on the Saturday, and so was the Nottingham Rock City one. But they actually had two shows at Nottingham. One of them was on the Monday and something else as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tuesday the 18th, that would be, wouldn't it? Because that's why I couldn't go to that one because I've got tickets for the Wombats in the same city, which is gonna feel kind of weird, you know. Kind of feel weird. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me have a look. 18th of March, Rock City, 17th. Damn. Jeez, that's gonna be a good night to get in and out of the city for, because the Wombats are playing at the arena, the 13,000 capacity arena in the city. Nottingham's always a great place to go see a gig, in my opinion, at that arena, because it's not too big and it's not too small, and it's a great venue. But yeah, obviously with Rock City having a show, it's going to be a nightmare, I believe. Could be potentially be a nightmare. So I was like, okay, I think the only places I can really go is Sheffield. But then I was like, Sheffield's a bit of a trek. And I was like, oh, Leicester. That's like an hour's and a bit drive away. If I went to the one in Sheffield, it'd have been pushing 2 hours. So I was like, I think it's going to be the Leicester show. So I picked the Leicester show, and I was like, okay then. There's wait tickets available and there's regular tickets available. So I was like, okay, book them up. And I was like, it's a Thursday. Oh, that's awesome. So I didn't need to book time off work. I just needed to ask for it off, which was great. I can't remember if they were doing they were doing like wakes in selected cities. So yeah, couldn't really. So I was like, okay, I can't really do that or that. So, and it's kind of weird. I was like, well, if I'm going to the wake, I may as well buy the ticket to the concert, because you could show. Well, you were meant to like. There was a QR code on your email that was probably meant to get scanned when you go in, but not gonna lie. You could have literally have said a name that was on the booking, and you would have literally got in. There was no not a massive security check apart from obviously asking your name to go in, and obviously scanning your ticket for the concert itself, and then trying to think. Obviously the detectors, what they're called, metal detectors. That's the one. Excuse me, Jesus. Sorry, a little bit knackered. Been on working all day. But yeah, I was like, I've been to Leicester for a gig. I know the way there and stuff. I've been to see Kasabian a few times. So I was like, okay, I'll go to the academy. And great venue. I don't think I have anything bad to say about it really, apart from I don't think I have any faults, I think, about it. I'm trying to, like, see if there was anything wrong with the venue, and I don't think there was. Yeah, I think it was a great show, and I don't think there was anything else that could have been done. So, yeah, I think everything was fine. Oh, the Leicester O2 Academy show was a extra show added due to demand because it's not on the original dates. Fair enough. Well, that was lucky, wasn't it? It's probably the reason why there was a load of tickets available for the Leicester gig and Wakes maybe. But anyway, yeah, so I got to meet the band. I got to meet uh I'm crap with names. Josh Franceschi. I got to meet Max, I tell you, Max is a great guy. He's so talkative, and he probably could talk for Britain. And I remember because there was a bit of a key for all the guys. Who did I talk to first? No, it wasn't. I can't. I remember. Was it Josh I talked to first, or was it? It might have been Chris actually. Chris looks a bit like Sami Zayn. If you know, you know. He looked a lot like him. Hang on, sorry, I'm not good with fate because they all have beards apart from Matt's little chin strap. But like, yeah, Chris I must have talked to Chris first because they all came out the door as everyone was just mingling. And so yeah, he actually came up. I remember now. Yeah, Chris came up and we were just chatting. And then he signed, you got given I mean, you didn't get given it. You could pick it up and get it signed. It was obviously a white piece of A3 paper. Card or paper? Same thing really. And obviously, with it being white, you could get it signed pretty easily by the guys. There was only one problem. Obviously, Dan Flint, who missed the start of the tour at the start of the UK tour dates for a slip disc, which kind of put a bummer on things because unfortunately he couldn't come out. And if I remember correctly, because I wrote the set list on Setlist FM, the setlist wiki, because obviously I got a paper one from the show, so I was like, you know what, I shall put it on and say I've been there, and and on the notes I put Dan Flint, the drummer, returned for the encore after missing the first few shows of the UK leg of the final tour, having I can't pronounce it, myelopathy, which was spinal compression, which is obviously a slip disc. Harry Jennings, I think it was Jennings or Jenkins. It was Jennings, wasn't it? Of Defects. Never heard of him. Has been filling in for Dan. And from what so he came on for the encore, Dan did, which was great to see. So he did the 3 songs. So they were obviously trying to slowly put him back into the set, which was great. Which is great. That's what you want to do. You want to start slow. You don't want to go straight into an hour and a half show. Just do 10, 15 minutes and then push that to maybe half hour, maybe even 45 minutes. Because where is this? It might have been Sheffield. Is it Sheffield? Yeah. So on the 12th song, so pretty much over halfway through on Sucker Punch, as brackets, Dan Flint came on to play for the rest of the show. So he played rest of the show, pretty much half the gig left, which was great. And that was on my birthday at the Sheffield Octagon Centre. I could have gone to that one, and I could have met the band on my birthday. That would have been actually pretty dope because they probably would have given me a little special treat, maybe. I don't know. I could have gone, hey, yeah, Josh, man, it's my birthday today, mate. I'm 27. Yes, it was my birthday. So, yes. Make me feel alive. Just have a look at the other sets, but no one's put because them 2 shows haven't been done yet. Someone's put their Belfast show set list. Actually, yeah, let's have a look, see if it's changed. Jealous Minds Think Alike is further in. Well, not halfway through the set like it. Is that, would I say that's 2/3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Instead of being the 13th track on the list, it's number 5 when they played at Belfast on Saturday night. Oh, The Swarm was played, and that is about it. Nothing else has changed apart from that, from my set list, the one I've got. So the encore is pretty much the same. I don't think they're going to change that until the final show. They'll probably take 1 or 2 songs out here and there. The last 5 songs of the main set is the same. No Future. What have they took out? Hang on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yes, still 22 songs. But what's been taken out? Is it Loverboy? No, Loverboy's there, so Room to Breathe, Loverboy, Stay With Me. He took Deep Cuts off the set. Not gonna lie, even though the song's a great song, but Deep Cuts, love that tune. Love that tune, love it. Never mind, eh? Yeah, it's nice to compare set lists. Anyway, that was their Belfast show, their latest show. And now they're playing Exeter, the Great Hall at the University of Exeter in England tonight, and then on Tuesday night they're playing the Great Hall at the Cardiff University Students' Union. We're getting close now. We're 2/3 of the way through the tour, so it's ramping up. It's all sold out apart from those one Birmingham show, the two Wembley shows, and by the looks of things, you can still get tickets for their Cardiff show on their official website. For all sold out shows, head to our official resale partner, TixL, or go on to Ticketmaster if you want, because they'll be on there, pretty sure. Well, especially if you're going to like Rock City or like one of the O2 Academy places, that the tickets will be resold on there, on Ticketmaster mainly. So back to when we got chatting with the band. So Chris was the first guy we talked to. Yeah, Chris, he was trying to I think I chatted to him the second time, actually, if I remember. I think I asked him, because I actually literally talked to all the guys, and because we were like the first people in there, we were sort of ready to like go stand in the auditorium place to, go watch the support, be at the barrier, which I was, luckily. I was in front of Max, which was great. Max, man, he's a great guy. Out of everyone, I think Max was the easiest guy to talk to, because he was like, yeah, mate, it's that. So Josh was great to talk to be fair, as well. Matt was a nervous wreck. You could just see his little face. And I was like, you must be nervous. And I was like, yeah, I am a bit. And then I said to him, like, well, I said to him, I think you're the underrated person of the band. I think I said. You are I can't remember what I said to him. Was it underestimated? No, I said you're the most important person on the band. You keep everyone in time. Bass player. Not many people like thingy with the bass player, but the bass player is the guy that keeps everyone in time. I mean, the drummer does that as well, but he sets the pace. Matt is the rhythm and the bass and like the beat, essentially. Same with what Dan does. Excuse me. But yeah. So as I was saying, Dan, because obviously he had a slip disc, he didn't come out and didn't sign anything. Although, I think Matt or Chris was handing out his signature, like his autograph. Because obviously, I mean, I think roughly it was 2 hours the guys were standing up and talking. Obviously, if Dan couldn't just stand for 2 hours, obviously, yeah, kind of. And he just wanted to make sure he could perform, I presume, try and keep rest. And I get that. So the Jennings guy unfortunately didn't come out and talk, but yeah, everyone was gonna go like, who's this dude? Who's this guy? I was part of the band. I didn't know that. So, but never mind. I got 4 of the guys' signatures, their autographs, and they're all nice guys. Yeah. Chris I talked to first. Josh, I remember I was waiting for him, and there was a bit of music in the background, and he said, I like your vibe, man. And I was like, cheers, man, thanks. And that's going to stay with me for a long time, that is. Josh Franceschi. Max, yeah. And then Matt, like I said, was shy as buggery. But I think I went round and said to them, has it like sunk in yet? You guys are, ending things? And he's like, to be fair, I asked Chris this first, and I remember his answer. I was like, I mean, sort of. I think everyone's different. I know Max is getting there, and so am I. Josh and Matt are not there yet. Matt's sort of got that in denial about it, and I was like, oh wow. Okay. And I asked Matt like about Dan. I was like, I'm hoping Dan's okay. I'm hoping he can. And I said it'd be a shame if he wouldn't be able to play the full Wembley date. And they pulled my leg. I tell you, ooh. We're still going. Sorry, my laptop went to screensaver mode, and I was hoping no. I'm hoping it continued recording, and it did, because I don't want to do this again. Anyway, and he said, yeah, I'd be very, obviously, I'd be seriously upset if he couldn't make it to the final show. But as by the looks of things, they're building his back, and he's played half a show, and that was a week ago. So they can. I think it's safe to say Dan's probably playing, and I mean, if anyone went to the Belfast show or who's going to the next few shows, I mean, I'd probably see him at the Birmingham show, wouldn't I? But I don't think anyone's going to be listening to this who's going to the shows, but it would be awesome to kind of go, yeah, Dan played the full show in Nottingham in a week's time. And I'd be like, yes, great, sweet. Anyway, we've been through the set list, had a nice little chat with the guys, and then let's get to the show. So there were still queues for people to talk to, and I was like, that's why I went back to talk to Chris for a second time, because it was literally a waiting game now. Because I've talked to everyone. I'm not going to join a queue to talk to anyone now, because it's pointless. I've talked to them and I've said my piece, said my bit. Speaking of which, I asked Max, because I've started wrestling. I've started going to a wrestling group. There's actually a promotion called New Wave Wrestling. And I've done about 4 or 5 sessions so far this year. I've been gone for the past 4 weeks straight, I think, or at least 3 to 4 weeks straight. And then I've been to 1 session in January. And I took about a couple of weeks off to get me, because I've been using body parts and muscles and stuff that I haven't used for years, probably. So I was feeling it for about a good week before getting back to health. But yeah. I asked Max, right, my name's Daniel Groom. So I've just started wrestling. So what would you recommend my wrestling name be? And he said, oh, that's a really good question, man. And you could tell he was really into it. How I asked him, it was great. I think after he signed it, I was like, yeah, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. And he said, maybe like Dan Doom, or because you got Dan and then Groom, instead of having Gru, have like Doom, And I was like, yo, that's actually really kind of sick. Leave it to the creative guys, That's why they're so good. That's why they're so talented, because you just know that they're going to say something good. Yeah. So I was like, well, if all things go well and my career picks up a bit in the wrestling scene, I will use that as my name. So I'll make sure to DM you. Anyway, so yeah, there was sound check going on for Mouth Culture, they were Leicester natives, which is great. Support your local bands, and they were awesome. It looked like they were brothers. I think, especially the drummer and the lead singer, definitely brothers. The drummer, my good God, I'm putting my hand up now. If I was gay, whoa, he was so good looking. The tats all over him and the long hair. Oh my God, it looked like, I would say, a discount Ollie Sykes, but it wasn't. It was probably a better looking than Ollie. And yeah, he was good on the drums. I couldn't stop watching him, for some reason. I think it was just because I was jamming to the beats and shit. So they were really good. And then a random thing, they had support. They had 2 supports, obviously, Mouth Culture, who are like I'd go indie rock as well. Not indie rock. Pop rock, punk, punk rock music. They had a reggae band, and I was like, when they came on, I was like, okay, these guys and then they started playing. I was like, okay, I'm kind of confused. They were a band called the Skits, and they were from London, and you could tell they were from London when they start. I think after their first or second song they played, the guitarist, one of the singers, he raps, and he's amazing. They're called the Skints. If you want to go have a listen to them, they're really good. They've actually been together for nearly 20 years as well, if I'm not mistaken, around the same time as Zumi at 6. And they were talking about, they are music people, especially Josh. They are music people. So this is why you'll have us here or any other band or artist play. And I must say, I'm liking it. I was bobbing away, I was doing a little sway. Boom, boom, do, 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 do. And it was great. It was really good. And the bassist, he was like rocking, and I was like, mate, you look like an absolute not that type of N word, but he looked like a right weirdo doing his little hip thrusts and stuff. I was like, nah, this is too much. But yeah, they were really good. The rapper guy, one of the singers, he started talking. Immediately you could tell they were Cockney. So it was a 4-piece band. Bassist, not gonna lie, I can't remember what the bass is. It was like a really stripped down bass where it was just like literally the block and then like the strings and the pickups, and then literally the neck of the guitar and the neck of the bass, sorry. So literally no weight to it. A drummer who looked like a Stevie Wonder, but who was Jesus. Long hair, who wore sunglasses, and he looked like Jesus. And I said, he looks like a white Stevie Wonder. I don't know why that came into my head. He just did, and he was good. He sang as well. And then so they had obviously the lead singer. I think she might have been the lead singer. She was on like keys and synths and that little thing where you kind of put this little piece in your mouth and you blow it in and you press like a few keys and it makes a weird noise. And she was good. Her voice was like, imagine like Lily Allen's voice, like tone really down, and actually can sort of sing, but in a reggae, I think in a reggae band. And she was like a really squeaky voice, not a squeaky voice, but like a really petite girl voice. And obviously the other guy, he was a guitarist and he rapped. And not gonna lie, that they all complimented themselves by being such great artists. And yeah, I was seriously into it. And then I got home, I was like, they were called the Skims? Can't remember. And then I googled U-Me-At-6 support on and it was like, the Skints. So like skin, and then TS at the end. So yeah, I really enjoyed them. And we didn't have to wait long for U-Me-At-6 to come on. Came on to Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis as the usual. And then they just kicked ass for about an hour, and I'd probably say 40 minutes. It was such a good gig. I really enjoyed myself at the gig. Picked up a t-shirt with the dates on it. To be fair, I was like contemplating getting another one, but then I was like, no, I probably best not. And then I got a tour poster, which is going to look sick in a frame. I spoke to some really nice people. Before into the venue, I spoke to these, I think they were definitely from Leicester, this couple. I think they were a couple, I can't remember. And the guy had seen U-Me-At-6 like 30 odd times, and I was like, yo, okay. And funny enough, he told me what he did for his work, and his job is working as a security guard at football matches. He worked one of the Leicester City Champions League matches. He said it might have been a Champions League match, and he tackled one of the runners. It might have been a Leicester City game. It could have just been like a random match. That he tackled a pitch invader, and there's photos of it he showed me, and I was like, oh, that's kind of dope, not gonna lie. So yeah, I can't remember their names. I didn't pick their names up. Oh well, never mind. Then I got into the venue, spoke to this couple again, really cute couple, and yeah, we just started chatting. And I was like, and they had literally just came in, and I literally started queuing up for Max, and they were behind me. And then we just started chatting, and it was great. And then I didn't see them until after the gig, queuing up for the t-shirt, and that's what I did. And it was great. Great show from everyone, really. Yeah, the Mouth Culture. I haven't listened to them actually since I've been back. I actually couldn't remember their name until I was like, oh, Mouth Culture, that's who they are. I've been listening to the skits more, to be fair. Yeah, they're really good. So I'd go give them a listening to both of them. And whilst you can, go listen to U-Me-At-6 before their catalogue hopefully will be on streaming platforms till the end of time, whenever that may be. But yeah, I told Josh how I got into the band, and it was mainly my sister. My sister, I told the first time we saw you guys was you were support for Paramore at the Brand New Eyes tour in 2009, I think it was. My sister at the time was only 16, so she couldn't actually go on her own. Well, she went with her mates, um, with me and my mum. Me and my mum were in the seating area for Paramore. That's who we came to see. We didn't come to see Yumi at 6. I mean, well, my sister did, to be fair, because she was the main reason why I got into the band. And I was like, yeah, so, and from then on, I've just been hooked to you guys. Paramore were awesome. That was the first time seeing Paramore. But then that was the first time watching you guys, and you were awesome. And then, because my sister was a fan, I kept stealing her. Roughly at the time, it was like Hold Me Down and Sinners Never Sleep album. And I was like, every time I just steal her Take Off Your Colours and Hold Me Down and Sinners Never Sleep album, which are battered and bruised, if I remember. She wasn't, what's the word, looking after CDs. No, they scratched the book. If I remember, Sinners Never Sleep got a coffee stain on it and actually like stuck to the paper of the album, because Sinners Never Sleep came in like a gatefold case, like a record, but in the disc version. Yeah, so it was game over for Sinners. And then Hold Me Down and Take Off Your Colours, their cases were broken as per usual. Not by me, by my sister. So yeah. So my sister, the whole reason why I got into the band. So, and I've loved them ever since. Ever since the days in Kerrang, where you got the Underdog music video and Save It for the Bedroom music video. Save It for the Bedroom music video was, if you remember it, it's like a little Mickey take on the Jeremy Kyle show. If you're a Brit, you'll know what that is. It's like a little thing off for that. So I don't think I've got anything else to talk about. I mean, I wish I did this a lot closer to the date, because a lot of the stuff that the gig, like people's names who I was chatting to and stuff, and other bits of conversations, I can't remember now. So yeah, but I've been such a busy guy at work. I've been so busy. I've been doing 40 plus hours a week. Excuse me, yawning like I don't know what. So yeah, here's to 2025, I would say. For Yumi at 6, their final shows are Exeter, Cardiff, 3 nights in Cardiff. Sorry, damn. 3 nights doing a show at the O2 Guildhall in Southampton on the 15th. Then 2 nights at Rock City, Nottingham, 18th and the 18th. Then the NX Newcastle in Newcastle upon Tyne on the 20th of March. Then they're doing 3 nights in Glasgow at the Barrowlands Ballroom. Now, that is a venue I would really love to go and watch anyone performing. It's quite an iconic venue. So yeah, it's one of those. Then they're heading to Leeds at the O2 Academy. Then doing 2 more shows at the O2 Apollo in Manchester. And then 2 more nights at the O2 Academy in Birmingham on the 30th and the 1st. Then they are heading down to London to do their final 3 shows. April 2nd on that Wednesday at the Brixton Academy on the 2nd of April. Then 3rd and the 4th of April at the OVO Wembley Arena. I actually need to think about what I'm doing for, like, how I'm going to get there and if I'm actually going to stay in a hotel, because I booked two nights off. I booked the night before and the day of the gig, if I remember. I think it was the day before the gig, just in case I decide to go down the day before, sleep in the hotel, and like we're literally right there for when the gig happens on the day, and then we drive home. I don't know what we're doing. I think I'm going to have to cancel. I might have booked a hotel. I might actually need to cancel that just in case they take payment from me, and I don't want that to happen. London Wembley show. So on other news of the up and coming. So far I've got other gigs this year, roughly around like 18, 19, I think, concerts I'm going to. I think maybe 20. I don't know. I counted how many I went to last year, and it was like 23, I think. So literally, I was think about it. I was like, I was going to a concert or two every month, which is mad. So I have got Limp Bizkit on Thursday at the Be People's Live Arena in Birmingham. Then obviously the Wombats with my best mate, that is, and then You Me at 6 on the 31st that is me. Oh, hang on. Let me just have a look, because I did put one on sale. Yeah, it got sold. Sick. Yeah. So we're in April now. So yeah, the Wembley show for You Mate 6, and then it's the best mate purchased them. The PlayStation concert. It's going to be an experience, because they're going to be playing music from the video games, from like the PlayStation games, and it's going to be something, I tell you. And I think that's on like the 23rd or something. I think on like the Wednesday or Thursday. Might be a Tuesday. I don't know. But yeah. And then in May, I've only got one gig, but they're not available on my Ticketmaster account or my AXS. Because when obviously AXS is a ticket, like a ticket box office, and they've started to like get contracts from some of the major arenas around the UK. They started getting them for the two Birmingham arenas, the AO Arena in Manchester. Now I think they did it for the First Direct Arena, but that might have been years ago. And obviously they've been having Wembley Arena and the O2 as well in London as well, the O2 Arena. So as the like proper ticket partners. But before that, I purchased 21 Pilots tickets for the BP Pulse Live, which used to be World Resorts Arena, formerly known as Jantig Arena, formerly known as the LG Arena, and then I think it might have just been called the NEC before that. My tickets are either on the Ticket Factory app, or they might get placed on the AXS tickets place. I mean, to be fair, it might be a different account I'm using, because I'm using my Apple account. No, this is okay. I might need to sign in wherever to get those tickets available. So, and then that's what I've got in the immediate next 3 months, as it were. March, April, May, yeah. So, and then the summer, it's going to be off the chain. One last little tidbit. I finally got a ticket for Oasis at Heaton Park. I got lucky with a resale ticket. It was quite a lot of money. If you're in that position to be able to get that ticket, I would totally recommend it. But yeah, I kind of was like, I really want to go see him. It's a shame it's not Wembley Stadium, but I'm not. Bloody hell, excuse me. Sorry, I'm hoping the mic's not picking this up. I'm fighting like I don't know what. So yeah, I'm seeing them on the 19th of July. And I paid just over 400 quid for the ticket. The ticket was roughly, I think, 350 quid. But then you got taken into effect, like processing, first, like extra fees and whatever, more crap. So I just got lucky one night. It was like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, let me just have a look if there's a ticket just listed. And there were like 2-3 tickets listed for 2 for 1 date. Well, 2 tickets dated for 2 resale tickets for Heaton Park the day I'm going, and then another one for another Heaton Park show. So hopefully, fingers crossed, my actual ticket, the ticket actually doesn't get cancelled. So anyway, we're going to end this one here. In the words of Josh Franceschi, is it Franceschi or Chesky? I can never get it perfectly right. As he said in the song, we're all fucked up in a beautiful way. Good night.